What's up, people? Welcome to episode 2 of the 5% challenge. If you haven't seen episode 1 already, or my review of the 5% program, check out those two videos here. I'm going to create a playlist just for those videos. So what's the 5% challenge? Well, I'm trying to make £600 with a 10k account in 6 months. There's a catch. I have very strict margin requirements that I have to stay within and very tight stop losses that I have to maintain. But I'll explain that more in the video. So episode 2, let's see where we're at. Hi guys, it's Any, aka the NocTrader, your friendly neighborhood swing trader, back again with another video. Remember to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that alert button to get alerts on all my latest videos. So let's get straight into it. 5% challenge, episode 2. So as you can see here, I was up quite a bit and then I made a couple of losses, but I've been quite conservative with my trading. Well, I have to be because of the way that this challenge is set up. As you can see before, I have to make the maximum I can draw down is $400. $400. I have to make a minimum of 40 trades. I'm on track. I've already made like 20. My expiration date is in 184 days. I have 184 days, so 6 months. And so my end date is April 16th, 2021. Now, there's some stuff I actually need to address. I actually had a risk policy report. So what that means is that my biggest trade, which made me $200, apparently doesn't count towards my milestone. And that is because I took a great trade on the USD CAD. I explained that in the last video. It was a really good trade and I actually made $200. But because my stop loss wasn't tight enough, my stop loss was beyond 1.5%. They gave me a warning on my risk exposure, because the way this challenge is structured, if you wanna hit your target, you have to make sure that your risk is no more than 1.5% of your account. And I think I set my stop loss a little bit further than 1.5%. So even though I made $200, it's not counting towards my total, which is kind of annoying because it was the biggest trade I made. I made a couple of wins, a couple of losses, but this was my biggest win. It's kind of annoying that it doesn't count towards it. So that means that even though I am at, well, I'm currently at 9,961, in reality I'm at 9,761 or something like that. I'm $200 down, so I need to make $800 because that $200 doesn't does not contribute to my final score, which is annoying. But I've learned my lesson now into making sure my risk is 1.5%. But we move. So far I'm within all the other criteria, so that's good. And if you look at the other charts, I'm still down on my account slightly, but I'll make it all back. And I'm in one trade at the moment, but I'm going to go to that in a second. But before I go into my trade, I'm going to talk about the progressive program, which they've just recently introduced. Everyone that's on the funded talent program actually would have received the email, and this email was talking about how that they've introduced a new aggressive program. And what that means is that you can, it's kind of similar to funded talent. They've got two options now for people that want to trade a bit more aggressively and don't want to be restrained by certain parameters like 1.5% stop losses or really tight leverage. They've introduced an aggressive program. So two things have actually been introduced. Before, you had max leverage, but you could only use a portion of it, and that was just causing confusion with people. So I think it's better that they reduce the leverage on the low risk account, because then it forces you to not use capital that you shouldn't be using to stay within the parameters of the trading account. So the leverage has been removed. Well, we've been heavily reduced for the low risk accounts to 1 to 6, and the max stop loss is 1.5%, as I've explained earlier. But if you want to go for a aggressive account, you have no max stop loss, but you'll have to make double the account. So you have to make 12% instead of 6%. And the way this works is that I believe you don't even need to apply for the aggressive. If you do not meet the risk requirements, you'd automatically be enrolled into aggressive account. But the aggressive accounts, you do not get 6 months, I believe. You get 2 months to try and hit your target. So those are the main differences. You get 30 to 1 risk leverage. You have 2 months to hit your target, and you have to hit 12%. So that's the main difference between the aggressive and the low risk. So it just depends on how you trade and what you want to do, because yeah, different profit targets, but yeah, that's the main difference. But moving swiftly on, let's talk about a trade I've taken. Now I've taken a short on the GBPUSD, and I believe this is a really good entry that I took. As you can see here, it started breaking down pretty much at the level in which I took my short. Now I've set my stop loss at 1.5%, and I've done that by using the risk calculator. I made sure that I didn't want to get hit with a risk management report again, so I've made sure that I use my risk calculator now to make sure that my stop losses are always 1.5%, and that's why I've heavily reduced down my lot size. My lot size is 0.08. That's pretty good that I'm up 42 quid on the 0.08 lot size, but I want to ride this down further. It's retracing back now, but I believe it's got further to go down. Now I want to talk you through why I took this short in a second. So guys, here I've got the GBPUSD, the pound dollar, and the reason why I took that short and I took it where I did was because of something. It's a combination of trend lines and Elliott wave, but mainly Elliott wave. I've been testing some Elliott wave strategies that I've been learning from different people and just through watching videos and stuff, and I believe Elliott waves is a good strategy for forex trading that I've been trying to employ in this strategy for when I'm trading the 5% account. I don't use my normal strategy because I'm not really, the way I was trading with forex wasn't working before, so I thought I needed to try a different way, and Elliott wave seems to be proving quite successful so far anyway. So what I did was that I'm not going to go to the minutiae of the Elliott wave theory as to how I trade, because it's quite complicated and I'm not the best teacher when it comes to Elliott wave. So I'm just going to go and show you what exactly I was looking for when I took this trade, and you're just going to have to trust me. So when you go for this recent low here and you do a Fibonacci extension to the recent high and back again, this area is where you get the 100% level and the 123.6 level, and that's where I drew this box, and that is where I wanted a retracement. So I didn't know where it was going to retrace within that box, but I knew it was going to kind of retrace somewhere within that box, so I just put a round number, which was 13400. Now that was where I had planned on taking my short, but then as I saw price reversing on the lower time frame, I just decided to take my entry when I saw kind of like a double top forming. So that's where I took my short, and I just shorted it. And now the idea is that when I go down to like okay, so there's lots of lines here. I need to delete this just for so it's easier to view. So here now, where we at now? Okay, I don't need this. We're also kind of in a ascending wedge, not really the cleanest ascending wedge. I don't even really like to acknowledge that. I wouldn't even really call it that. Yeah, well, yeah, we are still in an ascending wedge. Can you see that here? So that's an ascending wedge here. So I believe next step is going to be for price to sell off, which is already done. Retrace back down to this zone, because this zone was a key support and resistance level as well. It was a key kind of area. Can you see here? It got rejected here twice, and when it broke through this, it broke up. So I believe now that it's come below it, it'll probably get rejected here again, and then we can short it all the way down. Well, I'm already in the short, but I believe that it will probably come back down to this level, and that's where my take profit is. I'm not trying to ride it all the way down. I don't know how far it's going to go, but I believe this is the next level of significance, as you can see, because of previous. If I zoom back out into like the 4 hour zone, this is a key level here. As you can see here, 1 2 3 4, it's rejected here, it's been rejected here. So this is a key level here. This is also the level at which it touched here. So I'm just doing support and resistance zones and Elliott wave. So now that it's broken out there, I believe it's going to go all the way down to here. So I'm just buying my time until it breaks down to this support zone, and I believe that it'll do that in the next couple of days maybe, and then I'll just take my profit and then find another trade. So that's where I'm at so far. Hopefully, based on what I've seen, I think it will go there, and I will just move my stop loss as it keeps selling off. Now, if this pans out, I'll make about $230. So I need to really take like 3 to 4 really good trades to hit my profit. So I just need to be very meticulous. It's not about taking lots and lots of trades like I've been doing before. Just finding really good setups, pinpoint accuracy trades, and then just taking them and then mitigating any risk and reducing my stop losses. So that's where I'm at so far with this trade, and I'll let you know how it plays out. The USD CAD trade that I did before, basically I got itchy feet. I still think it's going to sell off all the way down. See, that's the arrow I drew. This is the arrow I drew here, this yellow arrow, and I thought maybe it's me being naive. I just saw it come down and I thought it was going to just find its way all the way back down here, but no, it's been ricocheting for some time. And what I think it's been doing here is it's been consolidating before it sells off again. Now, within these consolidations, I just thought, no, I'm just exiting my position. So once it started reversing here, because this line is a previous key resistance as well, key support and resistance, as you can see here, this is a previous key support and resistance here. It's been testing this line several times. Now I believe it's going to break through eventually, but I just didn't have the patience, so I exited my position. That's where I made my $200 but I'm not getting it, so I guess I'll make my $200 on this next one. But I think this challenge is good. I actually like the risk management side of it. It forces you to take more pinpoint and accurate entries, and I believe, as I said, 2-3 good trades and you'll hit your profit target. So yeah, that's me, Any, aka the NocTrader, signing out.
Ocean Gang or Drive.